Okay, guys, welcome back. Gonna try something a little bit different today. Unfortunately, didn't get anything through the mail that I can show you with some success, but I did do a little bit of shopping recently and wanted to kind of share one of the other things that I have kind of gotten myself sucked into and have got my wife into as well. For those of you that don't know, we are talking about Funko Pops. So, I'm not really getting too many of them, but there are certain types of properties that I do like to collect. And what I found recently is that if you see something that you like, you better get it because these things are so hot these days. So many people are collecting them that if you don't grab what you want when you see it, you may never see it again. So, I wasn't out necessarily looking for this, but happened to stumble upon it. So I had to go ahead and get it. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So those of you that know me and know my wife know that we are both big Back to the Future fans. So they have just released, probably in the last month or so, a brand new wave of Back to the Future Funko Pops. So I was at Walmart and was actually buying some groceries and some other things and just happened to look back in electronics, and lo and behold, we found. So there is a whole wave of these that have come out. Previously, they only had released a couple here and there, and some of them were exclusives. But earlier this year, they announced that they were doing a whole wave of Back to the Futures. And as you can see here, we've got kind of a good little mix of everything from the original movie as well as part two. Didn't have anything from part three, but I'm sure that they will continue to release these as hot as they are, and we'll see part three eventually. So the first one we have here is the Marty with glasses. So this was Marty dressed in his 1985 garb, and has his signature sunglasses on and his Walkman and headphones. So a really cool retro figure. Next one up is Marty in the puffy vest. As everybody that has watched the movie remembers, when he goes back in time and he asks for a tab at the soda shop, and they say, I can't give you a tab until you buy something. And they all notice his orange vest and think that he just jumped ship or just got back from the Navy. So, really good representation, even down to having his checkerboard shirt underneath. So, really well done. The next one is 2015 Doc from the future. So this was obviously from really focused from Back to the Future Part 2, also at the tail end of Part 1. But Doc comes back in time, and this is what he was wearing in the future. So it even comes with the signature silver sunglasses, his yellow jumpsuit that he's wearing. Again, a really nice pop that was very well done. And then kind of sticking with the theme of Doc, this is a really, really neat one. Doc with the helmet. So when Marty goes back in time and he meets up with Doc Brown, Doc answers the door wearing his mind reading device, if that's what you want to call it. I think that's what they called it. But he's wearing this and he's thinking that he can read Marty's mind with it. Obviously, he can't. Now, something that you can't necessarily see at first, but when you look right here, Doc's drawing for the flux capacitor, which is such an awesome detail that they've added in. And a lot of times with Pops, they will add in small details for something like that. Moving on, sticking in the past, how can you have Back to the Future and not have a Biff Tannen figure? So this is young Biff from the first movie. Just straight up Biff. He's got the crew cut. He's got his jacket that's opened. He's got his cuffed blue jeans there. And he's got a fist made that he wants to pound Marty or George or whoever else may step in his way. So again, a really neat one. Next up, talking about the accessories and the small details. 1955 Marty. So this is when Marty has to blend in as he spends time while Doc tries to figure out how to get him back to his current time with the DeLorean. So Marty has to blend in, and everybody remembers the iconic scene where Marty goes skateboarding. And so you'll see that right here he's got the skateboard, or what would later be known as a skateboard, that he breaks off the wood plank with the roller skates on it that the kids were using, is almost like a push go-kart back then. So definitely an iconic scene, and a really neat addition to the lineup for a very specific part of the movie. So the last one that we have from the regular lineup here is, we had Doc in a future outfit, we got to have Marty in a future outfit. So there are a lot of nice little details with this. For starters, the silver hat that he wore, or there's actually a rainbow translucent, but that's fine. You'll also notice that Marty's pants are made to be turned inside out. If you remember in the movie, he didn't really have them turned inside out, but he just pulled his pockets out to make it look like he did. And he cuffed his pants as well, and he's even got his gray Nikes, which you remember those were the ones that as soon as he put those on, they didn't have any laces and they auto tightened to his feet. So a lot of neat little features on here to, again, make things very accurate to the movie, and a lot of little nuances. So those were the 7 new figures from the line. I got really fortunate by going into Walmart just by chance and saw the whole line there, and figured better to just go ahead and get them all at once and be done with them than to try and hunt them down individually. Now, you'll notice I didn't say that was all that we got. Those were the 7 figures from the regular part of the line. But as is the case every year with some of these Comic Cons, and especially San Diego Comic Con, they tend to put out figures for all different properties. Well, this year Back to the Future was no exception. So they did come out with a exclusive. This is the Marty checking his watch. So again, Marty is set up with the orange vest. He's got his iconic vest and his checkered shirt and his sunglasses on, and really the only thing that really stands this one apart is him checking his watch. And as you can see there with the little picture down in the corner here, it's also gives another representation of it. So you'll notice from these stickers, these were limited editions. They made 2 versions of these. The more desirable one has the actual San Diego Comic Con sticker to it, and then you have kind of the more common version of it, but still very limited, just the summer convention limited edition exclusive. Now this particular one was limited to only Walmart stores and a couple of different online places, but really just Walmart. And I had gone ahead and ordered this from Walmart.com, and as of this taping, it still has not shown up. They keep delaying my order, but I did get lucky a couple days prior and walked in and just happened to find one of these on the shelf. So again, if you see it and you like it, buy it, because there's no guarantee that you're going to see it again. And in my case, I have not seen another one on the shelf since then, and I can't say that I have all the faith in the world in Walmart that they're going to deliver, so I wanted to go ahead and make sure I had this in place. So to recap, what we ended up with from our 2 trips to Wally World was the original 7 figures from the wave. There's the first 6, and then there's the 7th one, and then the exclusive. So all in all, 8 new Back to the Future Pops. So the great thing is I'm current. Don't have to worry about trying to find any, trying to hunt them down. So that was really nice to just be able to be done with them. These are very addictive. I didn't think as of a couple of years ago I would be one of those guys collecting Pops, but between what me and my wife are collecting now, We've probably got over 100 pops in the collection, and probably 90% of those have been in the last 9 months or so. Still staying with very specific properties, and maybe in some future videos I'll show some more of what else we've been collecting, but I wanted to kind of show this all at once since it was a new acquisition. But as always, thank you guys for checking out my video, and certainly feel free to give me any feedback, comment back to me, and we'll have another video soon. Take care.